There you go, one of Rebecca's favorite friends. She hates snakes. There's a nice snake over here for you. No? Hey guys, I'm Evan. Welcome to Country View Acres. So today we're out here and we're going to try to fix this fence in the pasture because we're getting steers next week. We think so. We're pretty sure this time. So we got to get the fence fixed, and then back here is where we did the trash pile and we filled it in. We basically got to straighten that out. We're probably going to go over it with the tiller and get that all leveled out, but we want to fix the fence in this location. But we're going to put a gate in while we're at it, and the gate's going to lead out to this field right here. Right now we have it rented out and they've got soybeans in it, but next year we're going to plant this in pasture, and this is going to be our main pasture in the future. So I was originally going to build a fence brace off of this post here and then hang the gate from this post. But this post is not in a line with the rest of our fence. Plus the fence used to turn right here. We use this as a turning post, so it's actually leaning this direction and it's somewhat loose, if you can tell. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pull this post out of the ground. We're going to put in 2 new posts right here and build a whole new fence brace, and then we can go ahead and stretch this fence out and get this side done. That puts an 8-foot brace right here, which that's out of the way of that tree. Let's see what 12-foot is that way. Make sure it's out of the way of that tree. Oop. Right there's 12. See? That's perfect.
Okay.
Go down?
Yeah. Okay. I think that looks good.
Somehow this guard got bent in there, so we can bend it back out. It's hitting. All right. Oh, I didn't bring a level.
I was thinking that when you were
One thing I forget's the level. Right there. That's definitely too short.
Yes.
Or too deep of a hole, isn't it?
Yeah.
Put some back in. Sounds like a guitar string. So we got rain coming in, or at least there's a chance of rain this afternoon. Trying to get this done quickly, and I just built this brace completely backwards. I got it set up for pulling the wrong direction. So I'm gonna have to swap this wire around, probably put the brace post in a slightly different spot, but now I gotta fix it. I can reuse the gripple as long as I get the wire pulled back out of it. So instead of trying to redo the horizontal brace, our wire was sitting on top of the pin that was sitting out on this side. On the other side, I'm just going to put a staple instead for it to sit on top of, and I think that'll work just fine because that's exactly what we do on the bottom. I did a double wrap this time, and I think I like that better. It's just a little harder to stretch the wire out. But when you do it this way, you about gotta work the wire a little bit to help loosen it up. Oh man, it's tight. All right, we got the fence brace put together the right way this time, or at least the right direction this time. I do hate barbed wire, but we do put it on our fence at the very bottom, about 2 to 3 inches off the ground, and it's just to prevent anything from digging in or out of the pasture. And most of the time, it never gets used. Oh, my fence is not going to be long enough now. Well, so far today is not going very well. So first I built the brace backwards, and the second problem that I just realized is since we moved the brace this way, and we moved it this way because there's a tree right here, and we wanted to make sure the gate was not right in front of that tree. Well, now my fence is too short. It won't reach that side. So here's my bottom barbed wire, and it comes to like right here. And I'm gonna have to splice onto this fence to be able to get it to wrap around and tighten. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put this bottom barb on here. I got a piece already on there to splice this together. And as far as the woven wire fence goes, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side first. And then whatever we cut off, hopefully there's enough woven wire fence from that cut off piece that we can splice on here and get it wrapped around and tightened up. But so far, everything I'm doing seems to be working against what I'm doing. I'm just making everything harder than it should be. Right there's 3 inches. So I did strip off all the barbs going this direction, or at least 3 or 4, so that we can slide this down and tighten it up.
Go forward. Okay.
It's a hot day. What's it supposed to feel like this afternoon?
It's supposed to be like 95 right now.
It definitely feels hot. Summer is here. I don't think we're ready for it either. You ready?
It always seems to be hot when we're doing fence.
Yeah, we need to get back into doing fence in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna guess right there. Yep. Pretty sure that that I'm setting this brace up right this time, not backwards like last time. You tighten this up and you end up with one that's way looser than the rest. It's not too bad. Get the slack back out. So we just finished building our second fence brace, and if one thing turned out right, it's like almost perfectly 12 feet between those braces, so that's good. We're gonna go ahead and focus on this area now. This is where the trash pit was, and it is very uneven. We've tried to pick up all the sticks and stuff, but we know there's still probably some roots or maybe some even sticks mixed in here, but we're gonna run over it with the tiller. We got it on the back of the other tractor, and we're gonna try to get this smoothed out as best we can. And Rebecca, I tried to get Rebecca to do it, but she didn't want to tear up my dad's tiller. She's afraid we'll end up getting into a root or something. So I guess it kind of goes with the theme of the day. If somebody's going to screw something up, it might as well be me. I think I hit another tree root there at the end. There's a wood chip on top.
I saw it.
We're right next to all these trees. It's going to be, hopefully this next pass will be farther away. I actually see what I hit that first time. It's one of the trees we cut off. You can just barely sticking out of the ground, and I got into it with the tiller. Hopefully we didn't bend anything up.
You parked it in the sun.
I'm gonna go right back over it. I just want to pick up the trash and roots.
Okay.
You never know what's gonna be in the ground around here. There's a piece of water pipe. Looks like about 1.5 inch water pipe. Dad, I'm sorry if you're watching this video. Hopefully I didn't bend up your tiller tines. He may not ever let me borrow his tiller again. Something right here. Piece of metal. Then it's like sheet metal. Well, about time to go over it again. It'll get smoother and smoother every time we go over it, I think. Probably a couple more times it'll look a lot better. Well, that first pass sounded a lot better than last time. Didn't sound like we were really hitting anything. So that's definitely a lot smoother than it was before. So now we're gonna go ahead and start putting our fencing back up. So we got a bottom barbed wire. We'll stretch that across first, then we'll go ahead and put in some T-posts, and then we'll go ahead and stretch out the woven wire fence. say we give her a couple more clicks and then tie it off. This one looks like it's got cow manure on it. I just don't know how they did it this high up.
Who knows?
All right, we got the fence tied off to the post over here. We did that off of camera. We actually ran out of video card in the camera, so we couldn't record anymore. But now it's time to go ahead and release this. And hopefully everything stays nice and tight. There we go. Loose in just a, quarter of a turn or something. That's what we want to see. Ooh, so tight. There she goes. It's a pretty tight fence. Well, hopefully you can see the fence is nice and tight. It's standing up pretty well on its own. It just needs to go up about 3 inches, and we'll have to tie it to each one of these posts. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good the way it's looking right now. What do you think about today?
It was hot and miserable.
You kind of look hot and miserable.
I'm ready for a shower.
Yeah, it's like 5 o'clock. It's basically quitting time, right?
Yes.
Well, guys, I think that's going to wrap up this video. I mean, this is not quite done yet. Well, of course, we got a lot of tie-in to these posts to get done. There's some wooden posts along here as well that need stapled down. And I think after that, this side will be done. And then we got to do the other side. And of course, that fence is too short, so I got to splice it, right? So we'll have to crimp on another section of fence and then stretch it out and tighten it up, tie it down, just like we did this one. And then we got 2 fence gates to hang. So of course we got this is going to be a 12-foot gate right here in this opening. And then if you don't remember, back when I was cleaning out this fence row along here, I broke the other gate off. The main entrance in here, I broke it off, and I still got to hang it back up. It broke one of the hinge pins off right in the post, and I've got a new one, so I've got to hang that gate over there, and I've actually got to purchase a gate to go in this opening here. So I don't have the gate yet, but we're closer, and I think we got about 7 days to get this ready before we get steers. And we're going to put the steers in this pasture. That way they're isolated from the rest of the animals, and because they're coming from a different farm and everything, so we're gonna let them sit over here for several weeks before we even think about moving them next to the other animals. But I think Rebecca's already starting to clean stuff up. I better get to helping her and call it a day, guys. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.